Welcome back, everyone. Did you know that Alzheimer's disease affects the Latino community at higher rates than others? This Hispanic Heritage Month, the Alzheimer's Association is raising awareness about the risks and resources available for families dealing with the disease. Jorge Olvera is Director of Diversity Outreach with the Alzheimer's Association, Houston and Southeast Texas, joining me now to talk more about it. Welcome and thank you for being here.
Thank you for the wonderful invite.
What an important conversation and really just awareness campaign to make sure people realize this. What is the overall thought about Alzheimer's, and is this well known in our Hispanic community?
Well, unfortunately, it's not as well known as we wish that it was. Hispanic Latinos are more likely to identify dementia in later stages of disease as opposed to catching them early on, which is something that we would prefer and something we see in non-Hispanic communities.
Yeah, and what is the disparity here? Are we not, do they not have the access to the health care they realize, or maybe waiting too long to be seen? What is the problem, do you feel like?
Well, you know, it's a multitude of things, you know, from socioeconomic issues to access to health care, also having health care insurance is another issue that often happens. Here in Texas alone, we have over 400,000 Texans who are currently living with the disease.
I know another concern is that truly our Hispanic community is underserved as far as research is concerned. So my question for you is, what can we do to help with that as a community, to help get them more involved perhaps in clinical trials and things like that?
Absolutely. So one of the first things you want to do is, if you see that there's something wrong with a loved one, you want to engage them with your healthcare provider, and healthcare providers usually will have access to the research programs that are available. We want to be sure that whatever treatment develops is equitable. In order to be equitable, we need to make sure that everyone is at the table for that.
And then what about those clinical trials? How do we get them involved in those, and why is that so very important?
Again, you want to get involved with or have the conversation with a primary physician. We also encourage you to visit the Alzheimer's Association website, where you can learn more about what clinical trials you may qualify for. There are thousands of clinical trials that community members can actually participate in.
Well, we know that certainly prevention is key, but once you do start seeing cognitive changes, still very important to be seen quickly. What is your suggestion to anybody who sees those changes, and where to begin that process of looking into it to make sure you're not just becoming a little forgetful like we all think that we're doing?
Absolutely. So one thing that we have available at the Alzheimer's Association is 1-800 number. So anyone who feels that there's something significant happening in their loved one, they can call the 1-800 number, 800-272-3900, where they can get access to someone that can help them. That phone number is available 24/7. And then you can also learn about what clinical trials you can get involved in.
What healthy living messages do you feel like really resonates with our Latino community?
You know, one thing we always say is what's good for the heart is good for the brain, right? And so the heart is the engine that's pumping all the blood to the brain. So we want to make sure anything that is good for the heart will be good for your brain, and that's lowering your blood pressure, right? And addressing your perhaps diabetes if that's what's happening. Making sure you eat healthy, exercise, remain socially active is a big one that we want to encourage people, especially as they age.
And so we really need to be getting and pushing out that message then, right? That healthy living can truly make a difference.
Absolutely. So it's all about risk reduction, right? The earlier you can start addressing some of these needs, the earlier you can start reducing the risk, the better quality of life that you're able to live in the long term.
Now, that's an important message. Thank you for taking time to come in today and walk us through this.
Thank you.
All right.